choose Quinn and not ban the Huskar in the last pick. I think he's choosing about it right now. He's thinking about it.
He's worried. He's telling him like, don't worry, man. He won't Huskar. It's all good.
Yeah. Trying to ease those nerves. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Oh, you're right. That's a good thing. Nice suggestion.
I think it does check all the boxes for Gaimin Gladiators, but it's kind of... Again, I'm really scared of this Naga. I thought the second that they picked Chaos Knight, Naga was going to come out at some point in the draft. And so, if anything, I would give LGD an edge right now.
Yeah. All right. And what about yourself, Sheep?
I think Gunner's popped off.
That's true. You kind of predicted everything.
Yeah, he really did.
Sorry.
No, it was great.
Never apologize.
I agree, though. I think LGD have the stronger draft. I think this Pango brought everything together. That was a hero I was thinking of for Gaimin to help deal with the Naga, but them just sweeping it, I think it just solidifies their draft. I think their high ground is way too scary to go into as well.
So even if we focus Naga's lane time and time again, Gunnar, you think that shutting down isn't enough to build into Gaimin Gladiators, that everyone else on the side of LGD will be able to make space?
Yeah, I think she got picked into pretty much Wraith King and Chaos Knight, which are the same hero that she'll excel in the lane. They don't really have a way to clear the illusions that easily, so her lane should be fine. She can honestly be left alone after 4 or 5 minutes, and her game will be good. The biggest thing is whether Quinn can get a lot of work done in this mid matchup is kind of the way that GG wants to play, is bring himself mid. Quinn's going to outplay the enemy mid laner and just go from there.
I'm just worried about supports on the LGD side, like how they're going to protect the Pango from the, from being a runover with the Queen and supports.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on mid. We'll see how impactful this Naga is, and we'll see how confident LGD are feeling about their draft.
I am joined by Xiao8 of LGD, and Helen will be helping me translate. Xiao8, you have played at countless TIs, you've coached countless TIs, you've won TI. When you are looking at this tournament, is there any one thing that's unique about this international compared to others in the past?
小八想问一下，你打过那么多届 TI， 也教练过那么多届 TI， 然后自己也赢得了 TI， 想问一下这届 TI 有什么特别之处吗？
就很久没来西雅图了，感觉西雅图回到了很熟悉的感觉。
It's been a while since I've been in Seattle, so that familiar feeling is coming back.
I'm happy to hear it, but how about all the fans who are watching across the world? This may be your last game. Is there anything you'd like to say to them to get them excited that LGD is going to continue fighting?
现场和全世界那么多的观众都在支持你们，这一把游戏你有什么想跟他们说，让他们热情起来的吗？
这一把弄死他们。
We're gonna get them.
They're gonna get them. Let's get ready for game 2.
There we have it, some good words of confidence coming into this game 2 here for LGD up against Gaimin Gladiators. Gladiators, a hard-fought game 1 from the FOD, but they weren't able to do it. Gladiators pulling through in that first game. Here in this game 2, what do you think about the change-ups? I'm seeing already the fact that LGD, they've got Shiro on this Naga Siren. If his Manta play was anything to go by in the last game with the Luna, you've only got to imagine what he's going to be able to do on a Naga Siren.
Yeah, it feels like 2 very different style drafts versus each other. A very fast-paced draft, Gaming trying to just take advantage, slam these lanes, in particular mid. Quinn going for his Quinn of Pain, of course. They're trying to just snowball the game out of control. LGD trying to slow things down, and if they can, their draft looks amazing, right? If they can get to these later stages, this draft from LGD does look like it will reign supreme, but can they withstand the pressure? Gaming has been the team to dictate the pace, to dictate these quick games. This could be another one they're able to set up if they set up this quick.
Sure, and do you think sort of some rightful concerns from the panel as well with regards to what LGD supports are going to be able to do early on to sort of enable the other lanes, or how do you think that's going to play out?
I mean, it's just difficult to be able to, like, with the the Nature's Prophet constantly making these rotations with the teleport, that's where something there could struggle. They're going to have to like preemptively be ready for the moves, as already right off the bat.
Prophet here. Is able to get off the 3-man shield crash, but still the damage coming in. It's going to be first blood for Seleri. The power of the Nature's Prophet already coming into fruition here with that level 1 play.
Whose blood grenade was that? Seleri's? I saw one being thrown. Yeah, what? I mean, easy grab there for him, getting set up. Quinn doesn't get the last hit, but either way, does get an advantage inside that middle lane. That's the way they're going to look to play. I'm going to be just watching Seleri overall, these TPs, but are they going to be able to slow down dyrachyo is the question, because if Seleri is going to be constantly moving around, perhaps that's where New and Planet are able to take some advantage versus this Chaos Knight, who usually just wins every single.
Talk to me more about this sort of Queen of Pain pick. We just don't see it a lot, but Quinn, realizing that this is the game to pull it off. What do you think it is directly about this draft from LGD that's made him want to get the Queen of Pain out against it?
Definitely limited stuns, right? Just looking overall what they have to commit kind of like ultimates. There's a net, and then there's a silence from Muerta, and a dead shot. It's pretty limited. These skill shots are not the easiest things to land on someone like Queen of Pain if he's able to get that big snowball advantage. Nothing to say. 7 of the last hits on the first 2 waves, though. So even though he does get killed right away, very, very good start for this. But it gets quite rough. Those levels, once they build up for the Queen of Pain, it does get pretty mid.
Bottom lane, dyrachyo being kept very low here by the harassment from New and Planet. I mean, how strong of a lane is this in your book in terms of the Magnus and the Muerta?
Very strong, yeah. I mean, it's universal Magnus. You always have great right click. This year, I think, he's been the one who actually did it first. I think they were mentioned on the panel. Dyrachyo.
Has to turn it to the stun there to hold back New. Very much playing on the edge of his life here, dyrachyo. I'm
glad to see more of the Magnus. I feel like this hero always has potential in the off lane just to make so many outplays. Just the shockwave into skewer plays. Overall good base damage to get last hits. I like this lane a lot. Quite a bit of attack speed slow too, so even if they try to like turn and fight you, you skewer and you have this calling down, both abilities of course slowing attack speed, it's really tough to fight versus these.
Looking at sort of the top lane, YU Smile on the Elder Titan, a pretty good game for ET to combo up with some of his teammates.
Absolutely, I mean he's playing, it's all about the stalling, right? Stalling out the games. They have the Magnus as well too, 2 of the best wombo combos. And even with the Naga,
this time around they'll get him. Stewart forward from you. dyrachyo getting punished. The same time though, Shiro also to fall. Both carries getting punished in the safe lane.
Oh wow, the top one I really wouldn't anticipate happening, but the bottom one with the way that they were bringing it to dyrachyo, there's nothing more expected. I can't believe they killed this Naga with this top lane. There's a reason this Wraith King has been constantly picked for this off lane, how much he's able to do in the early game, and Ace, he's been one of the best with it.
Keeping eyes on this mid as well. Definitely a matchup where you could see the solo kills occurring. Both heroes having to be cautious. They've got good amounts of jump and resets, way to back up and jump back in if they catch one another low.
Yeah, nothing to say. Just has to be very careful with how he uses those swashbuckles. A TP comes in from the Nature's Prophet and it could just net a kill almost immediately up top.
The stomp it.
Gets the Lotus.
The 2 of them, Shiro trying to close in onto tOfu, but tOfu does have the shadow around with the
Seleri's here.
And they've got backup. Seleri's in, they turn with the Brave 5 blast over towards Shiro. Shiro getting surrounded, caught in the Sprout. He's taken out again.
Goodness.
This
Back
could be able to have a good chance of chasing YU Smile out as well, as YU Smile trying to back off. But the right clicks on tOfu and Seleri are enough. Double kill for tOfu. This top lane getting messy.
Messy already. As soon as the Naga comes back, I mean, this is going to be the long walk of shame. 30 seconds, no TP. So much physical damage. The Blightstone coming in, the Wraith King skeleton just hitting on him. It's nothing the Naga can do.
These early deaths, they absolutely hurt for Shiro.
Yep. And dyrachyo, even though he did die, this hero overall, it sustains on its own really nicely. 2 points up on the Chaos Strike for dyrachyo, so should be able to at least get this farm under the tower here.
And Shiro, TP still on cooldown. He's having to take the smoke to try and get back to lane as quickly as he can. A big hit against the Naga Siren in this laning stage.
A massive one is also Quinn can now go for the bottom room while tOfu checks the top one. Will NothingToSay be able to get it? Nope, Quinn gets it. And now tOfu's here to back up. NothingToSay has a swash.
He's going to get caught by the bramble though. Still able to jump away. And we'll have to potentially back off as this dagger ticks him down.
And Quinn's just jumping him.
He's in for the kill. Another dagger, Quinn. He's going to get it. The kill's there. Gladiators finding a lot of early action down bottom planet and knew they tried for Seleri, but Seleri's able to just walk away from them. The stomp does clip him.
Can they finish?
Shockwave will drag it back. New really wants the kill. He'll get him.
But now New's under tower.
Down. The stun's there. dyrachyo trying to step up, see if he can finish on New in return. Doesn't look like he'll have any further grab. 6 seconds until the stun's back up. In fact, he might be in trouble himself. Another dead shot connection from Planet into the Shockwave.
He's got a Lotus.
He may be able to turn towards Planet because the stun, it's back up. The crits are coming in. The stop, it's there though just in time before dyrachyo's able to pull in Planet with the reality rip. Doesn't matter though. Seleri TP's in, grants him the vision to still grab him back. I mean, now YU Smile's got to be cautious. dyrachyo's been handed over a tango. He can start healing up.
I look at New, he even has to be careful with his positioning. dyrachyo just standing toe-to-toe versus 3 heroes.
I mean, again in the mid lane, NothingToSay getting bullied by Quinn and tOfu. As soon as he's back to the mid lane, he's back out again. Dead without TP available.
And Ace is now in a 1v1 versus the Naga Siren. He's more than happy with this type of setup. They have to just keep trying to move these lanes around on side of LGD. They need to do something.
And they will. Planet turns up, make sure that this time round, Shiro is able to get the kill against Ace.
I look at the aggression. It's 10 kills, 5 minutes. Gaimin Gladiators, their draft definitely thrives off of this. They want to be the ones just dictating pace, getting these early kills, getting that lane advantage, and so far looking pretty damn good.
A long walk back to the mid lane. It's going to mean that there's going to be quite the XP difference here between the mids. Quinn already halfway through the 6, and of course NothingToSay yet to hit his.
And it's right around the power rune too. Quinn very likely to be able to set this one up. Planet has to play around mid to try to stop this Queen of Pain from snowballing so hard. Get lucky. Get it. Pause.
Oh.
Get a crash.
Okay.
They just have to watch out how far they overextend, because the way the counter initiation and everything from LGD, that's kind of their biggest thrive. Is if gaming pushes the limit too far, they have wombo combo team fights. They have massive ways of repositioning and taking them under tier 2s. So far, early game, I mean, exactly what Gaimin Gladiators wants, maybe even more than they could have hoped for with Ace having such a damn good start in top.
It's not easy for NothingToSay to offer around this mid. He's just trying to at least find the XP for his level 6.
And Ace definitely having a very nice understanding with this Wraith King, playing versus the Naga Siren versus the ET. He's all about that plus armor. He's got the Ring of Protection, I believe he started with, Wraith Band right afterwards, and Phase Boots. So hard for them to really bring him out of this lane with this Naga or this ET. Restabilized, dyrachyo now able to get this free farm.
Why are you smart? Maybe see if we can go for some sort of stomp play to grab the wisdom, but
A risky play versus Nature's Prophet.
it's not going to be able to stop them from securing it themselves, the Gladiators. In fact,
And he actually gets caught.
Ace
is here.
up. Indeed is ready with the stun, puts a stop to the TP, so not only not getting the chance to grab the wisdom rune, he ends up losing his life to Ace.
Nice, such a quick movement there from Ace. Don't ET expected him to move that quick, and he's queued up the Radiance now already, so gonna have that itemization even versus the Naga Siren as game does potentially progress. He is incredibly farmed so far on this Wraith.
I mean, for LGD, can they look for aggressive moves themselves, or is it just a case of them preparing to turn things around if Gaimin Gladiators start heading onto their half of the map?
They need more levels for. I mean, the big one that usually wants to make the moves is going to be that mid laner, but when he's playing versus a Queen of Pain, he's super shut down. And new also, it's level 4 Magnus now versus a level 6 CK. dyrachyo is perfectly fine to be left alone down here. So difficult for them to really make moves in this early game now. As they said on panel, these supports that are kind of needed with the cores, they have to make the moves with the cores in particular. I'm going to say we'll get another power rune, Quinn.
And they're trying to set up, but it's so hard. They need kind of the silent from the cooling to really clip him. Outside of that, Quinn, he's jumping away every time.
Yeah, they need like the perfect kind of chain stun with the Rolling Thunder and everything. That's why they wanted this co-op. Very elusive. Still looking to play around mid too. They've got 3 heroes poised on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, looking to still go for NothingToSay. 8 on Quinn. Smoke him, takes the point. He wants to look to keep the pressure going here.
I mean, wouldn't be a bad catch finding new. He's already had a bit of a tough time in the lane. If they can take him down,
we'll be able to break that smoke.
They'll see what's coming.
But look at dyrachyo's positioning. He still wants to dive new.
I mean, who wants to come down here to help him? TPs are going to be coming over.
They've got the Pango
He's getting caught by the Bramble, though. NothingToSay. The stun's out for dyrachyo. NothingToSay. He's got the Rolling Thunder at the ready, but the Sonic Wave pushes the 2 of them back.
Now he's too low.
Lost new. As now NothingToSay. He's got to run.
Perfect angle from Quinn to get that pushback. Stops him in his tracks. Keep
Planet
advantage going, and Planet, be careful.
He's going to miss the dead shot. The stun's there. I mean, Planet, he's gone as well.
That in an instant.
They just can't fight them at this point, despite how hard they try, LGD.
And I mean, without Rolling Thunder now, they cannot protect this tower. Top also looks like it's starting to get pressure. Rotation from tOfu coming in with Ace. Pressure on all fronts, 10-3, a 4K lead already pre-10 minutes. Gaming doing what they do best. dyrachyo almost having, he's gonna have this armlet pretty much done already. Shiro is starting to get some recovery farm, but he's not really the one who makes plays to recover things. He's the one who has to just kind of sit back and farm for a very, very long time. The fact that this offlane and mid lane are struggling so much, it's gonna be very difficult for LGD to mount these defenses on these early towers.
Gonna take time for New Year, sort of what, just 300 gold in towards the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he's very poor.
Tier 1 in the mid lane, starting to get a bit of a beat down here by dyrachyo. He's actually ready to start jungling over on LGD's side of the map. He knows that There's very little that LGD can do to push back the CK.
I mean, he knows they're just very underleveled. Magnus still not quite level 6. The two supports as well, too. Their damage is just extremely lackluster on the side of LGD. The only damage they really have is going to be coming out from the Pango right now, and this Pango is very shut down in this game. Top tower to fall. Ace,
dyrachyo,
close to a relic.
Just getting the chance to step up and trade hits here with Shiro right up towards close to the tier 2.
Look how confident he is.
They can't punish him.
They don't have damage for him by this point. He doesn't even have the armlet just yet.
I mean, Shiro's just getting chased out completely from his jungle.
Immediately he has a wave bottom, meets his tower. dyrachyo just heads back over as they take out top tower. Ace is going to have this. I mean, this is going to be one of the faster offlane Radiances that comes out, and it's a great Radiance game playing versus this Naga Siren. Quinn continue to play incredibly aggressive here, push the limits.
I mean, you got tOfu coming in from the side as well.
And look at dyrachyo. I mean, he just pops a Phantasm and sends the illusion on New and just zones him out of the lane. New actually can't walk up and contest an illusion. He could just die if he steps up a little bit too far. Has to be pretty careful.
Same to be said for NothingToSay. He's having to go right back under the tier 2. Cannot show his face anywhere close to tier 1. Try and TP down bottom. Skewer's only going to be on towards the Phantasm. Maybe they can find Seleri. They'll get the stomp set up. dyrachyo's considering maybe helping out on this fight, but with the wrong
here.
They're in with the stun. Sonic Wave pushing back the 3 of them. It's actually giving the space for Seleri to walk away.
I mean, the punk out.
He's perfectly fine. dyrachyo's considering diving in towards New. NothingToSay he tripped up by the spells of tOfu as the dump forwards there from Quinn. NothingToSay taken down. They just can't kill any of them.
I mean,
Not even Seleri.
Again and again. Quinn, this time a Sonic Wave just to knock back the Pango. Works out perfectly, completely messes with NothingToSay. This Pango is having no effectiveness right now. Can't even touch a Seleri.
A 6K lead already for Gaimin Gladiators. This is as hot as a start as you can get, really.
I mean, the Relic is done. The Radiance is going to be coming up with 13, 14 minutes for Ace.
Oh. All right.
It's a dyrachyo.
I was going to say...
It's bound to happen. It hasn't happened much at TI, I feel like.
When he dies like this, the win is pretty much guaranteed. You know.
I can't believe it always happens.
We should have had a camera on him.
We'll get a replay of that one.
Okay. Well, as I say, when that's happened before, he pretty much always wins the game.
Yep.
So, you know, all part of the course here for dyrachyo.
I can't believe it always happens. Oh, my goodness. Things calming down for a few moments here, but Gaming have... I mean, they've hit so hard in these first 12 minutes. What more could you ask for? All 3 tier 1s taken out. You've completely shut down the Pango. The Magnus, his timings are all shot as well, too. They're having 3 cores farming perfectly, and the 2 supports as well, too. Look at how farmed the 2 of them are. Neck and neck, 3,600 gold on the 2 of them. And yeah, Radiance, it's going to be done. So he's going to have that way to just control the map even more and have the counter versus the Naga Siren even as game progresses.
These passive moments just not favoring LGD at all. See it again here. I mean, at this point, we all knew there was a high likelihood something was going to go wrong, and it did.
Wait, oh my God.
And he ran. There we go. tOfu with a smile for that one.
Quinn did not smile.
All serious business from Quinn. He weren't happy.
How dare you? My perfect Queen of Pain game. What are you doing? Look how aggressive they're still posturing, though. Continuing just go for NothingToSay. No space for this man.
Uh-oh.
Man, I mean, Xiao gave him some rubs on the shoulders, but so far it's not helping. 0-5-0. They're trying to find anything that they can to get. Look at this. Why you smile now positioning for Wisdom Rune, potentially trying to get the 2 of them stolen at least. But tOfu already running over. And Seleri's even TPing in aggressively. They're just going to take both, it seems, on the side of Gaming.
Maybe with a stomp, why you smart can get this one. No, tOfu's able to kite it out, gets back in, picks it up. We'll be able to grab their own.
Okay, dyrachyo actually isolated. New is here as well.
See if they can get it. They've got the skewer. They'll try and turn, but this time, ooh.
Nice song.
Might be allowing them to get the 2 of them, actually, because now they can set up over towards Seleri. They kill off dyrachyo. They close the gap in on towards Seleri. Gets clipped by the dead shot. A couple of kills here for LGD.
Nicely done from Shiro. I mean, he's the one with the Midas, and he's the one actually making the plays happen here to bring some stuff back. Nicely done. And they got the Wisdom. Something finally going for the side of LGD.
That area of the map, not really been a happy place for dyrachyo in these last few moments.
Back.
Ends up denying himself and also ends up getting killed off. Probably not a place we'll see him head back to anytime soon.
But Ace, he probably says, don't worry, guys. I'm the real carry.
I mean, it's all a distraction. It certainly seems that way because indeed he continues to match the farm of Shiro.
And this is going to be one of the slower timings I think we see that comes out for NothingToSay. This Diffusal Blade, it's been slowed down so much. He still doesn't have it. He's still about 800 gold away. On Midas, they're just going to be going for all the way to this late game here. Double Midas is coming out for LGD. Shiro, he's caught. Can he get away?
Put the Sonic Wave once more. Nothing to say, getting pushed back. Have to use the remainder of this Rolling Thunder to just retreat. Cannot afford to go into the high ground against Gaimin Gladiators. Bottom lane, dyrachyo.
He's alone.
I mean, he still feels just sort of super confident to play like this and just be this distraction, really. Just try and draw the attention of LGD down here and away from Ace.
It's very typical dyrachyo, right? Just super aggressive, sometimes over aggressive, but either way, it's just placed on it. Worse timing out of the game.
It really does.
Look at these illusions, they die so fast. Extra bit of gold going for Seleri. Going straight down that pipe route himself too after the solo crest, just looking to ball up. 7K lead. Quinn? Oh, let's get caught by the net.
They've got the opening net.
Do they have the follow-up?
Got the silence, the dead shot as well. It's perfectly done, but not perfect enough.
No way.
Quinn still able to blink away. The wraparound coming in from Ace. In with the Raid 5 blast and the skeletons over towards Why You Smile. Why You Smile. He's able to move speed, has enough move speed to get away from him. Ace trying to turn his attention towards more, but LGD, they've kited out this counterplay from
Planet.
Ace. Planet,
he's caught.
Back in range of the Wraith King though, as Ace, with the backup of Seleri, should be able to block off his escape. The stun comes in, the crits come out. They take Planet down.
I think you can imagine that Gaming's gonna look to really accelerate things as soon as they see New. The Magnus having a Midas, they're probably like, guys, let's go, go, go. They have no blink dagger on Mag.
Every single time Dyrachyo's just going straight for New. Anytime New shows his face on the lane.
All right, LGD, they're playing for the super late game, right? This Midas queued up top. Gaming probably wants to keep pushing down for this tower. Glyph is down. Can't believe Quinn gets away. I mean, he is very tanky at this point.
I mean, and they really did everything they could to lock him down. It just wasn't enough.
It was pretty much perfect, but yeah. The occult bracelet, the magic resistance, just 2,000 HP on this Queen of Pain because that advantage she's gotten from the early game.
All right, Blink done on you. Are you smoking up on LGD to make a play around this, or are you still sitting back and looking for the counter plays?
I think they can look to make plays with the Pango and the Magnus, for sure. Still, I mean, they're going to be playing for later stages, but if they can find opportunities to catch heroes that are pushed up too far toward these tier 2s, they can definitely get some kills. Maybe even surprise ones onto something like Ace. Panel was talking about the mana burn sometimes from the Pango can be a little bit of an issue for these Wraith Kings. Ace is just going to go straight for that shard next. Catch bottom.
They've got the split up.
Do they have enough?
It's a huge amount of damage.
Not quite enough yet. Does get the toggle off this time.
As well, making sure that these illusions unable to finish dyrachyo off.
Shiro is honestly getting quite involved with this Nagastar and just trying to bring things back together for his team.
I mean, he really did so much last game, keeping it going as the Luna with the illusions. This very much a even more perfect hero for him to play when it comes to just keeping the game going, buying time for the entire team of LGD to scale.
That shard for Ace. Doesn't have to worry about that mana burn coming into play here. D still looking for a play here. DD now on NothingToSay.
They want to get something done with this blink. Solo RP would absolutely cut it. They'll go for Quinn if they want to.
Thinking about it. Can they get the catch?
There it is.
They can.
Straight in, they get the drag back. This time, have they got enough lockdown? The sleep, the fear.
He's still alive.
Pushes back New. And Quinn, he's able to jump away, turn with the Sonic Wave, and walk this one off. As Ace, he's considering getting involved. He starts to head straight towards them, feeling strong with the fact that he's got that shot, has the reincarnation ready to use aggressively.
I mean, they just use so much. Use their Pango roll, they use their Magnus ult too, so Gaming, they're gonna run at them right here. Seleri, TPing up top already, looking for NothingToSay. He's got backup coming in, but they want this tower. It's 300 HP. Away, over and over again here. A nice attempt there, though.
Yeah, they had to go for it.
I mean, look how aggressive he's playing even near the tier 2s.
I mean, they've got the vision down.
The Magnus. This is dangerous positions here, though. That skewer plays near tier 2s is something they still have to do respect on the side of Gaming.
dyrachyo, we're closing in on the BKB timing. He's got it pretty soon if he wants to take apart the Echo.
Accelerating things. His ult's on cooldown. 50 seconds, no RP. 28 on the Rolling Thunder. Top tower will fall. Ace has skeletons prepped at the ready, too. You want to keep threatening it all here. Maybe swing toward the mid lane. They've actually dragged the wave from mid, dyrachyo, to look to keep this pressure going. Quinn bringing out Shiro bottom.
Smoke time from Gaimin Gladiators this time round.
They know the heroes are positioned on the bottom, in particular that Nagastar, and they know that Shiro was down here. Long wraparound. Nothing to say for a second here. Ace is in.
With the jump. Straight away with the stun. It's far too much damage for NothingToSay to survive through.
All right, tOfu and Ace menaces this game. tOfu 505, the instant bedlam, trusting his buddy. Might be able to run into more too. Shiro. He's been spotted. Ace. Oh, he knows which one the real one
Get
is.
in with the jump. The illusions are out, Shiro. Gonna look to try and turn. tOfu's in with the fear. Pushing back Shiro for now. Means that Ace doesn't have to worry about losing the reincarnation quite yet. He's still got that to protect himself and go for a second round. It will get forced out here with the splitter.
Dyrachyo, deep forward, new, looking for some skewer plays. 5 seconds till it's back up.
We'll manage to clear out the illusions, make sure there's no vision for LGD to play around to try for that sort of jump. So Gaimin Gladiators will back off safely.
Cool smoke though from Gaming. They kind of force LGD all the way back to their base, getting out of their jungle with that one, even while picking up a kill.
Shiro's farm continues to roll in very nicely.
That was nice.
Trying to get this hard done on top of the Manta, and he's closing in on it.
The only scare is that the Pango just continues to have this very, very hard game. Same thing for the Magnus. The Naga Siren, even at this point, like even if he gets the ultimate scaling all the way to the end of these games, is he able to carry versus all this? They have great late game, but 8K lead already for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. They're getting crazy scaling, even on the supports, as we were mentioning. I'm waiting to see what tOfu looks to queue up because he's having such a good game. The Yule Scepter, but he's sitting on 1200 if he does want to look to go down some scaling route too. And there's the pipe now for Seleri. More and more tankiness. Quinn, he's got the Aghanims finished up now too, so much more burst potential, much better ways to be able to clear out this Naga Siren too. Roche potentially doing on the docket here. Up for dyrachyo.
Last few attempts from LGD, they just haven't been able to take down this Queen of Pain 100-0.
And Shiro's gone for the full tanky route rather than the aggressive route that we sometimes do see from the Naga Sirens. I think sometimes we do see that like Orchid kind of playmaking style come out, but Shiro, he's just trying to build up for himself.
Seleri.
He was spotted.
Got eyes on you. Further TP's coming in as well. See if he can get the blink off in time. No, the right clicks are there. Seleri will catch him and drag him back into the stun. New punished here for trying to farm on this bottom half of the map. Gaimin Gladiators, they'll be having none of that.
Kind of the name of the game though for LGD. Pull Gaming away from their base, try to buy more and more time. No, New does die. Does force 3 heroes to make.
Turning up for the Roche now. Look to grab this. Ace also very close to his own BKB.
Yeah, and with that kill that they got onto New, so I mean, for LGD, it's probably too difficult for them to contest down here anyway, but guaranteed here for Gaming. Just that one off.
tOfu still considering his item build.
Yeah, I've still
1700 gold.
He hasn't queued it up. I've been waiting to see which one he does want to go down the route of. Quinn going for a little bit more protection, something you don't see too often anymore on the Queen of Pain, but is buying a Yule's after having his Aghanims and his Kaya, so just that little bit of extra protection versus the calling in particular could be huge. Aegis, imagine the Gaming's going to look to control the map a lot more here, try to constrict this Naga Siren from getting out. Shiro playing in these dangerous positions, trying to get farm in the enemy Ancients. Cutting some waves. Nice micro coming out from him, just saw from that Luna.
I mean, honestly, as long as he's able to survive and stay alive, you can probably guarantee that 2 of these waves at least will be held right back onto Gaimin Gladiators half of the map. It's not going to be too easy for them to get a push going towards multiple lanes at the same time, Gladiators, with a play from Shiro. It's LGD. Top. Try something here with the RP once more.
See Quinn.
They're going to try it again. This time around, do they have enough?
He's got the Yules.
He's got the Yules. I mean, he's out of there.
That's an RP down and a splitter.
And that time, they don't even come close to killing him.
This Yules pickup feels pretty damn beautiful there. If they don't have that chain stun, which they really don't have with their draft, he's going to be able to get it off every time. And he's going for Kaya Sanj, so Status Resist is going to make it potentially even easier for him to get off afterwards in these later instances.
Pretty much the only way they can kill this Queen of Pain is if Quinn sort of blinks into them. Yep. But Quinn's not been making those mistakes this game.
Or if they have absolutely everything that comes in like perfectly with Shiro, though. They need everybody hitting him at the same time. Ult's on cooldown. Gaming might look to make another move here. They see Shiro top. I mean, this is an empowered Naga Siren. They're kind of giving away which the real one is.
I mean, and they know that there's no RP.
And Ace knows this is the real one.
I mean, they're already TPing in onto the back lines as well. Shiro's going to go for the song TP out. Same to be said for Why You Smile.
Gets out.
Well, that was close, though. The fear from tOfu nearly catching him, but LGD will escape.
Oh, man, if tOfu's blink was actually on him there, that potentially could have been a catch onto either one of these heroes. The blink was coming on the courier for the Willow, so tOfu, he made his decision what he wants to go for. This is a cool pickup, too. I feel like this is more about stopping it, that initiation or the counter initiation initiation that LGD is going for, rather than scaling for himself. He's looking to see where this RP comes, blink, get the fear off, and reset the fights for his team. So a cool choice if he's able to get those catches. There's NothingToSay's game going. I mean, recovering slightly, but still 0, 6, and 0 for him.
Hasn't been involved in any sort of positive action this game when it comes to kills. It's been rough.
He's tried, but it's just been completely stopped from Quinn. Every single time he comes in, a Sonic Wave just pushes him back and stops him in his tracks. Percentage we see there right now for Gaming. Plus is liking their chances.
So much weight right now on Shiro's shoulders.
It really feels like all of it's going to be these big plays that he's able to make with these illusions. Soon having a butterfly, so he is getting quite tanky. The rest of his allies, pretty poor. And Gaming, they're scaling on all 3 cores.
Oh, they really are. They really are. Ace still holding the top spot out of the team. Incredible farm on this offlane Wraith King.
The BKB going down the aura round afterwards just to enable his teammates even more so. And just keeping it, now they're starting to keep more and more control of the map. After they got this Aegis, they're dealing with all 3 lanes. Seleri showing on 1 lane, Ace showing on another, and Quinn with the backup of 2 heroes showing on another one. So they're keeping the lanes shoved in and constricting Shiro from getting his illusions actually out to cut these waves. He's actually been unable to for the last few minutes.
The fact that they are indeed getting the chance to hit these 2 tier 2s at the same time, definitely a concern for how LGD would want to be keeping this game going.
And they can potentially even set up for Tormentor if they'd like to. Maybe a little bit of a risk playing versus the Magnus, and then, but Ace may be thinking about it. Did Seleri show what he's going to be building just yet? Okay, does have the Aghanims queued up. You know, that'd be a great option.
Nice,
this is the deep jump.
Oh, he's going in past the tier 3. He's ready to sort of dive in and look for action. The sleep is there. RP as well.
Down to 2.
2 of them. It's going to bring them low. Yule's up from Quinn. Quinn will be able to jump out of this one. Gets to the side. Actually hits pretty much a 5.
Gets them all.
Wave there. Ace here on the second life. Goes towards the ET. Takes down Why You Smile. Shiro has to use the song to back up.
I mean, what a jump there. I mean, Seleri keeping it aggressively, and then Ace jumping forward.
He just goes straight for it.
Yeah, and Quinn gets a connection on almost everybody with the Shadow Strike.
I think it was pretty much a 5-map.
Just trying to use this Aegis as much as possible. Dyrachyo, 40 seconds left on it.
Should be able to pop it the once. Or maybe not. He's actually able to get out of this Dyrachyo. He's not even going to lose the Aegis quite yet.
Well, Toggle gets himself out. They forced the glyph. They forced quite a bit there. I mean, pretty much every single ulti being used from the side of LGD just to sustain and withstand themselves. Seleri does buy back at the least there. One silver lining for LGD, but Gaming, I mean, at any moment you can see they're very confident just jumping in. Dyrachyo.
Whoop. The skewer back on him. 10 seconds to late.
Seconds.
And we'll just look to take him down the first time whilst the Aegis is still there.
And okay, and they get the Tormentor too.
We go for round 2. Quinn. He's in with the jump. Dyrachyo puts the BKB, turns over towards Shiro.
Shiro's in trouble.
He's surrounded here in the corner. They came blocked off by Dyrachyo. Sonic Wave as well. He's pushed up to the side of the map. Quinn jumps in. He's killing off the back lines. He's taken out Planet Beautiful as well.
Shiro.
Surrounded the Nagasar and Shiro. He's out.
50 seconds.
None of them with buyback gold available. As GG will be able to push down this bottom lane, maybe even get the tier 3 in the barracks with this one. They're starting to fall a bit low on Quinn, but Dyrachyo's, he's full HP.
He's back to full. Quinn,
I mean, what can they do to push this one back? At the least, there's still a tier 2 in the mid lane.
They don't have their Magnus. They have no way to skewer, no way to hold this off. This Rax is looking pretty dead. Can they stop this? All right, Quinn, this Arcane Rune right there coming into play, and now Ace.
Nothing to say. They're trying to put a bit of a slowdown to this push, but at the same time, he's going to make sure that he keeps a fair bit of a distance when the Rolling Thunder does come to an end.
I mean, they're still going, even for the melee racks here. Gaimin Gladiators pushing the limits. We'll be backing up. Magnus is respawning. RP's back up. They'll give respect. Another massive hit, 13k lead. They bring down Shiro, and Quinn with the back of that Arcane Rune kind of making the magic happen. The confident blink forward into everybody.
I mean, he knows they can't kill him.
Yep. I mean, his itemization feels absolutely perfect this game, and he knows it. He's playing so confident. Full heart now on the CK as well, too. Massive hit from Gaimin. Everything coming back up for them pretty soon. Sonic Wave, 15 seconds.
It's just been so hard for LGD to really find a killer tool.
Yep. I mean, as soon as the song gets used, they kind of just have to like reset and run, and then once Shiro gets isolated without song, he's just dead. They have no way to follow up to protect him. You have a Shivas as well, too. More and more layers for them to try to get through to bring down this Quap.
Trying to step out of their base a little bit, LGD, but
scary to come out. They keep having to just follow each other together. They have to play as a unit here versus the side of Gaming. They could just get picked off in an instant, as we see there. Gaming, no hesitation to jump if a hero's isolated. GD. And they find something with this smoke. Quinn. A shield rune.
They try for the skewer back. Hesitations, of course, they don't want to drop the RP because the last few times it's just not worked out.
I mean, even if they get him there, honestly, he just probably pops shield rune and we'll probably see the same thing that happened time and time before. Lanes shoved in. You see the lines being drawn from LGD. They're like, we need to get these lanes out. For the very aggressive play here.
Looking for the jump.
Jump, Shiro. He's got backup.
They get glimmered.
Instant play. I mean, why you smile in the perfect position there to protect him. More and more items to deal with that Naga. As we said, you know, the Radiance is out, the AC is out for Ace. Great items versus the Naga. Now it's Shiva's, of course, coming out for Quinn. Harder and harder for Shiro to solo carry this. All 3 lanes shoved in. No space for Shiro to get out on the map.
Be able to take out this final tier 2 tower now, Gaimin Gladiators.
Roche, it's going to be a long spawn. Ace just jumps in.
He goes straight for it, straight over towards Planet. There will be the Glimmer again to try and get him out of there, but Seleri's in with the TP, falls up to the high ground. Planet, he's been caught by the Sprout. They get the skewer back onto Seleri. Seleri caught by the silence. They take the Nature's Prophet down, but the Sonic Wave from Quinn clips Planet.
Look how confident he is with the shield rune. Knows they have no way to get him. Seleri does die, and that was the dieback, so 60 seconds without him. Gaming will be happy with that tier 2 and that kill. They'll back up and get that farm going here. DD spawns up top. Quinn gets one of those big talents with the Aghanims built. He's got the 20 talent. Long spawn on that Roche. Maybe a fortunate one for LGD, it feels like a little bit, but either way, they have more than enough time on the side of Gaming to just keep these lanes shoved in to constrict Shiro.
We're going to be able to listen in on, I believe, Gaimin Gladiators to see what they had to say about those previous moments.
Yep.
I mean, he's absolutely right on that one. We're seeing it the way that the Gaimin Gladiators are moving as a unit. It's just not allowing LGD any opportunity to get the jump on them.
Not to get the jump on multi-heroes too, right? We've seen one-man RPs, one-man skewers, one-man splitters. Just Gaming, they really have not been giving the opportunities to them to get that big wombo combo onto multiple heroes. Full Hex now onto Shiro. A little bit more catch to potentially trip up Quinn.
He's really got his work cut out, Shiro.
Really.
He's had the chance to get the farm, but can he do what's necessary to keep LGD's hopes alive here in this game too?
It really is all up to him. Subs for it. 4 or 5 heroes actually set up down bottom. Dyrachyo getting closer and closer to his MKB to be able to focus down this Naga Siren as well. Ace almost has an Aghanim, so even if they do get caught in some type of wombo combo and stuff like that, there's the plays around it. More and more scaling continues. Roche. This is a tough call to make, but maybe they might feel like they have to potentially try to contest this Roshan. But yeah, this is a very, very hard call to make.
I mean, and Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to be coming straight for them first. Smoke up from Gladiators.
Guard. Totally unexpected here.
They're going to be ready to head into the triangle.
Dyrachyo leading charge new. Scouted by a tree. Quick blink.
Blink is there in time.
Done. Get out. Seleri will back up, deal with the lanes as his team goes for the Roche.
Super close to his own Aghanims.
I mean, this item is always super nice, just so you don't have to really like commit your hero so far. He just throws a Wrath of Nature because it disarms as well too with all the bounces that it gets on with the root. So it can be really nice to just protect the heroes if they do get caught inside of a big wombo combo. As Roche will fall. Dyrachyo can play a little bit more, I mean, I say a little bit more aggressive, but more aggressively. Quinn. A secondary life has yet to die this game.
I mean, they're heading towards him top. There's still a tier 1 available here for backup to come in if they do want to dive this, but it's a CK with an Aegis.
Instant
They try and tease
BKB.
something out. They'll get the BKB response, but nothing more.
Dyrachyo seems like he knew that was coming from a mile away.
Seleri.
Runes double grabbed again for Gaimin. GD looking at getting something up out of top here, but the lanes are starting to get pushed in.
It is a lot of them out here, pretty deep on the map, but can they really start a fight?
Planet, Hunter Division.
He's able to get the Pierce the Veil off. A little bit of protection, but still the damage really coming in from the Magical, bringing him down low. He's caught in the trees. Quinn finishes him off. LGD, they've got to get out of here.
Nice ward from tOfu. Quickly places that one down on the side. tOfu also still just having this flawless game. 5-0 and 8. Enabled Quinn to be able to snowball.
I mean, they sort of
80 spawns bottom. Ace able to grab this one now too. That Aghanims is done.
And they can play like this, just sort of split across the map, knowing that LGD just can't really jump any of them.
Nope.
And if they do, there's going to be more than enough time for them to survive long enough for backup to arrive.
And they've got all these itemization to be able to deal with this Nagastar. And Ace also, of course, didn't point it out, but he did get blessed with the Cloak of Flames on top of everything too. So Cloak of Flames Radiant, so he's going to be amazing versus these Illusion heroes on top of Quinn, having the Shivas and everything too, and having Cloak of Flames. Look how many of them they have. Yeah, these lanes, they're just constantly being dealt with. On top of the Wrath of Nature, of course, rooting. Once you get that Aghanims, the cooldown also dropping down to that 60 seconds. He can just throw it off cooldown, keep these lanes constantly shoved in, keep LGD inside of their base. And now with the Lincolns as well to another layer to try to go through.
They're just never going to catch him.
Nope, doesn't feel like it. Not with the way that he's played. I mean, honestly, it's been pretty much 0 mistakes from him so far, Quinn. Flawless game, a flawless 2 games, to be honest with you.
GD, I'm going to try it for it again. Smoke up. They've got to take some sort of high-risk plays here to try and pull this game back in their favor.
Who do you want to go for, though? There's an Aghanims Wraith King as well, too. These tanky frontliners with Aegis Cheese, too. I mean, Ace is just walking
He might just even blink in.
He's taunting them. He wants him to go for him.
He's going to jump the stone off, and you see they turn with the Hex. If they can bring him down the once, they get the drag back up towards the tier 3.
The base.
Take him down once. If they can do it a second time, Quinn starts to jump forward, gets the Shadow Strike out onto New. It's enough to hold them back, and indeed there's not any sort of attempt from LGD to try and go on Ace a second time.
60 seconds, we'll be back up.
Pretty much all waves starting to push in against LGD.
Neutral.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
This Aegis on dyrachyo.
Big neutrals found. Penta Edge now for him as well. After this MKB, he is hitting incredibly hard. Quinn also finds himself a Stormcrafter and Ace, a Havoc Hammer. More really good items versus pretty much all these illusions. Rare to see the Nagastar unable to really send the illusions out to try to get any farm, but they're just dealing with them so quickly every time they see them.
Leaving the base does not feel like an option right now for LGD whatsoever.
Getting massively out-farmed. Gaming's farming 90% of the map.
We heard it in the comms earlier, just sort of keeping everything very calm on Gaimin Gladiators. Dyrachyo. You get clipped by the harpoon, they're able to pull him in, but Quinn's here with the backup. Ace goes forward, they get the Zoe wave, push back onto the 3 of them. The RP's there, but it looks like it doesn't really matter. They've already lost Planet. Shiro having to use the song to reset. It's another retreat from LGD. They can't even hold around the barracks as the melee barracks will fall.
Is that another 4-man Sonic Wave, I feel like, from Quinn? I feel like every single time he's getting so many of these heroes. I can't imagine what his damage in this game, but it probably is by far the highest.
And Ace
Ace
going
in again.
He's going up towards the tier 4s. They get another round of the Shadow Strike daggers out onto the 2 of them. Shiro trying to step forward. The illusions out. The Dyrachyo pretty much ignoring them. Hitting onto the tier 3.
Shiro's
they
in
catch
trouble.
Shiro with the sun. Ace stepping forward. They're going to pull back with the Rift. Shiro's in trouble. The Hex is there. Thrown down on towards Dyrachyo.
Shiro?
It's not enough to fight back to save Shiro. Shiro taken out. Short of the money on buyback. You also to fall. They don't have the buybacks here. LGD is Gaimin Gladiators taking them down one by one. Stun over the walls. Nothing to say. He's also out without no buyback. The tier 4's lost both. They're looking to close it up. It's over. GG is called. Gaimin Gladiators take this one 2-0. We'll be moving on to the grand finals.
What a display of dominance. This last pick, Queen of Pain. I mean this seemed perfect. Quinn just took over everything. Nothing to say. Ends the game 0-7-0.
That is gotta be
crap.
one of the most brutal